Nobody thought this was possible. Because how can you explain that a player who already produced what many people call the greatest individual World Cup campaign in football history somehow came back 4 years later and became even better? What Lionel Messi is doing simply doesn't make sense. Just think about what he did in Qatar. He scored in the group stage against Saudi Arabia and Mexico. He scored against Australia in the round of 16. He scored and assisted against the Netherlands in the quarter-finals. He produced a masterclass against Croatia in the semi-finals. Then he scored twice in the greatest World Cup final ever played against France. 7 goals, 3 assists. Goal contributions in every knockout round. It looked like the perfect World Cup, a tournament nobody would ever top, not even Messi himself. And yet, at 39 years old, Lionel Messi is somehow having the greatest World Cup of his career. A hat-trick against Algeria, a brace against Austria, a goal against Jordan, another against Cape Verde, a goal and an assist against Egypt, an assist against Switzerland, then 2 more assists to eliminate England in the semi-finals, 8 goals, 4 assists, 12 goal contributions in just 7 matches. He is the top scorer of the tournament, the top assist provider, the player with the most Man of the Match awards, and with 21 World Cup goals, he has become the all-time top scorer in the history of the competition.
When Messi switch on, everybody gets scared, even the fans, even us.
His career numbers are now almost impossible to believe. More than 1,160 professional matches, over 900 goals, more than 400 assists, and now he has also become the greatest assist provider in World Cup history. But honestly, the numbers don't even tell the full story, because Messi will stop being the best footballer in the world only when he decides to. At 39 years old, he still controls games better than anyone else. He still controls defenders. He still controls entire tournaments. And when it comes to Argentina, he changed absolutely everything. He ended a 28-year wait for a major trophy. He became a World Cup champion, a back-to-back Copa America champion, a finalissima winner, one of the leaders of the longest unbeaten run in Argentina's history. He helped Argentina win in Bolivia for the first time in 15 years, in Peru for the first time in 16 years, and beat Brazil away for the first time ever in World Cup qualifying. He is Argentina's all-time top scorer, Argentina's all-time top assist provider, and now he is back in another World Cup final. But here's where things become truly unbelievable. Because if Lionel Messi wins the World Cup on Sunday, he will achieve something no male footballer has ever achieved before. He would become a back-to-back World Cup champion, while also being a back-to-back Copa America champion. A double back-to-back, something football has simply never seen. And we're not talking about a player who just happened to be there. We're talking about the man who made the difference in every single one of those trophies. Nobody has forgotten his performances at the 2021 Copa America. Nobody has forgotten his speech before the Maracana final.
Esta copa se tenía que jugar en Argentina. Y Dios la trajo acá. Dios la trajo acá para que la levantemos en el Maracaná, muchachos. Para que sea más lindo para todos. Así que salgamos confiados y tranquilos que esta la vamos a llevar para casa.
Nobody has forgotten the goal against Mexico that kept Argentina alive. The Battle of Lusail. The way he danced past Joško Gvardiol against Croatia. The 2 goals against France in the World Cup final, or the tears that rolled down his face when he left the Copa America final against Colombia injured. And trust me, nobody will forget what he's doing at this World Cup either. If there were still any doubts about Messi, this tournament has completely erased them. Against England alone, he completed 9 successful dribbles. 9. That's more than Cristiano Ronaldo managed across his last 4 World Cups combined. Want even more context? Cristiano finished 5 World Cups with 8 goals and 2 assists. Messi already has 8 goals and 4 assists in this World Cup alone. Those aren't opinions, those are facts.
No sé cuántas veces lo dije, pero mientras él quiera va a ser el mejor. Yo pienso eso y no porque sea su entrenador.
By eliminating England, Messi completed another chapter of football history. Just like Maradona did in 1986, he knocked England out while being the best player on the pitch. He has now reached back-to-back World Cup finals, just like Diego. And on Sunday, he has the chance to do what only Pele has ever done: win 2 World Cups. If Messi lifts the trophy in New Jersey, he won't become the greatest footballer of all time. He already is. He might just become the greatest athlete the world has ever seen. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. And now we need to talk about the biggest argument of all. Lionel Messi has not only carried Argentina into another World Cup final, he has ended the greatest of all time debate. And I know what some people are going to say. Pele won 3 World Cups. That is the wall. That is the argument. That is the comparison that for decades looked impossible to touch. But when we talk about the greatest footballer of all time, we cannot reduce an entire career to a collective trophy cabinet. And I'm going to prove it to you. Pelé played 4 World Cups. He won 3. He scored 12 goals in 14 matches, and he became the eternal symbol of Brazil. But be careful. In 1962, Pelé got injured early and barely participated in the tournament, and his final World Cup came when he was only 29 years old. Messi is playing his 6th World Cup at 39. He is already the all-time top scorer in World Cup history with 21 goals, and he has just taken Argentina to another World Cup final. Since turning 30, Messi has scored more World Cup goals than most legends scored in their entire careers. Pelé became eternal because of what he did when he was young. Messi is eternal because he dominated when he was young, when he was mature, and now when he is old.
Never to be replicated.
And the scariest part is this: Messi has not only reached Pelé's World Cup legacy, he is 1 match away from touching a zone nobody thought was possible. If Argentina win the 2026 World Cup, Messi will become a back-to-back world champion. Something we have not seen since Brazil in 1958 and 1962, but with one brutal difference. Messi would be an absolute protagonist in both titles, champion in Qatar with 7 goals, decisive in every knockout round. And now in 2026, he reaches the final with 8 goals and 4 assists before the final. A barbarity. Then comes Maradona, and this has to be said without fear. Diego Maradona was the greatest myth in Argentine football, but Messi has already surpassed the complete comparison. Maradona had Mexico 86, the hand of God. The goal of the century. Epic. And in 1986, he was directly involved in 10 of Argentina's 14 goals and created 27 big chances. It may still be the most iconic individual peak in World Cup history, but Messi did something Diego could never do. He repeated greatness again and again. In Qatar 2022, Messi was directly involved in 10 of Argentina's 15 goals, created 21 big chances, and won the World Cup at 35. 4 years later, at 39, he is back in another final. 7 matches, 8 goals, 4 assists, 11 big chances. And this is not coincidence. Maradona had a peak of 5 or 6 years. Messi has spent 2 decades being decisive. Diego was chaos, fire, and myth. Messi is controlled chaos, precision, numbers from another planet, and impossible longevity. Then there is Cristiano Ronaldo. And here the comparison no longer survives much pressure. Cristiano is one of the greatest goal scorers in football history, but at World Cups, Messi has left him behind brutally. Cristiano played 6 World Cups, 27 matches, 11 wins, 11 goals, 2 assists. His best result was a semi-final in 2006. Messi also played 6 World Cups, but he has 33 matches, 23 wins, 21 goals, 12 assists, and 3 World Cup finals as a starter. Cristiano never played a World Cup final. Messi lost 1, won 1, and now he is going for the 3rd. Against England, he did not score, but he gave the 2 assists in the comeback. He created 4 chances, completed 8 dribbles, won 10 duels, and was named player of the match. If Messi does not score, he assists. If he does not assist, he generates. If he does not run, he thinks. If he does not appear in the box, he appears before the box even exists. And finally, there is Kylian Mbappe, the heir, the future, the monster threatening every record. He already has 20 World Cup goals. He was fighting for the Golden Boot. He has a World Cup. He played the 2022 final. He is unstoppable. He does not stop scoring. But this is not everything. At the 2026 World Cup, with Mbappe in his physical prime and Messi at 39 years old, both have 8 goals. The difference? Messi leads because he has 4 assists. Mbappe has 3. Mbappe is a beast at finishing. Messi is still a finisher, creator, assister and brain. That is the difference between greatness and totality. Pelé has the World Cups. Maradona has the myth. Cristiano has the goals. Mbappe has the future.